This week, we visit two of the biggest footballing cities in the world to find out what is the world's best football city. First up then, a city painted in history, where football is more than a game, it's a way of life. With 14 domestic trophies, European success, there is absolutely no doubt this is one of the biggest teams in world football. If you're still confused at what team we'll be watching today, I don't blame you at all, because there's two clubs that occupy this city. But of course, if you've watched the channel before, there is only one for us, AS Roma. Come on, let's get it. Tonight we'll be watching a massive semi-final clash between Roma and Bayern Leverkusen. Something actually feels off. Much better then. With both teams outside of the Champions League spots in their respective leagues, this could be the last chance for them to get Champions League football for next season. It's a massive game. Change of ownership might have just turned the tide for Roma. They've just won their first major trophy in 14 years. Huge celebrations in the street. But to top it off, they've made their most exciting signing, and it absolutely is, in the form of Paulo Dybala. Thousands of fans flooded the streets just to see him arrive in Rome. We hope to get to see Paulo Dybala today. He's currently suffering from an injury, like most of the Roma team. They're currently going through an injury crisis in the camp. If you want to see just how passionate the Roma fans are, look at them as they stop the police escort to the game of the team bus and just wow them with flares, flags, everything. I tried to obviously catch up with the bus. You can see me running with all the other people through the street, dodging cars, dodging trams, but unfortunately didn't get there on time. Dybala starts on the bench. How do we feel?
Not great, but it was to be expected.
It's to be expected. Still think they can win?
Yes.
In the first half, not a lot to report, but Roma have some huge subs between Dybala, Wijnaldum. Hoping they both come on, both for my Sorare teams and for Roma. Come on, Roma. Forza Roma. Wow, what an experience last night at the Stadio Olimpico. If you get the chance to go, it is honestly a must go. Rome is a beautiful city. I just reminded myself why I fell in love with it 3 years ago. This is why we watch them every Sunday night when we can. It is just sensational. But we are just halfway. Obviously, they have to do the second half in Germany now, get into the final, and wow, if they get into the final, I'll do everything I can to get to that final. Me and Rosie together, hopefully. And much like Roma, we are only halfway there as well, because we're rolling on to our next city. Let's get it. Touchdown in the new city then, and the first clue is it's a lot colder, if you couldn't tell. The next team we'll be watching today has a relentless pursuit for perfection, and of course a rich history of success, winning the league a record 32 times. If you couldn't guess, we'll be watching Bayern Munich versus Schalke. Should be an easy 3 points, except for the fact Schalke have just come back from fighting relegation. Team fighting for their life is so much more difficult to beat than any normal team. Bayern, obviously being the strongest team in Germany, should wipe them apart, but we need to see how they line up today. Now, if you've watched the channel before, there was a couple of things said about Bayern Munich and especially Thomas Tuchel. I hope Tuchel gets sacked as well. Useless manager, and I hope Bayern don't win the league. But we're going to need to forget those today. And of course, in Germany, had to bring the Bundesliga expert Fedo. Do you think Bayern will struggle today, given the fact they've struggled in the last couple of league games under the Thomas Tuchel, obviously?
I doubt it. I hope if they start Leroy Sané, we still don't know who will start. They could actually penetrate through speed because I think that Schalke has a slight problem there. I think it should be either a 1-1, like a really, really tough 1-1, or it's gonna be like a kick in the park, like a 3-0 Bayern. One of those.
From my experience, Jan Sommer hates clean sheets, but Bayern love winning. So I'm going to go for 4-1. A huge goals galore game. That's what I'd like to see.
At the Allianz Arena for the first time then, in the weirdest situation ever, an English guy came up to us because obviously we were speaking English in the cafe and asked, have you got anything to do for 6 or 7 hours? We had a spare ticket for today because Fedo didn't bring his friend, he missed the plane. So we'll see if that guy arrives, but what a way to celebrate Sorare, really. Uniting people from all around the world.
Bringing football to everyone. Someone's first ever football game today. Are you excited?
Very much.
What do you think the score will be today?
I think Bayern will win with 2-0.
Perfect. So, no more spare tickets. Felix has made it. Mate, why are you here? How did you end up in Germany on your own?
Mate, it's been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. I came for my mate's birthday for one night, and then lo and behold, got a bit too drunk on a night out. Passport got stolen. Had to come to Munich for the embassy to pick up a new one. And I was literally booking my flights, and I struck up chat with this guy, and I've struck luck here.
From being on your own in a pancake shop, eating breakfast, depressed looking at a wall, how does it feel to be in the Allianz?
I didn't know that eyes were on me, actually. But I was exactly doing that. It feels pretty good to be at the Allianz. You know, I've got my Bayern Munich jacket here. Obviously, a fully fledged fan of the club now. I'm actually a Chelsea fan.
Okay, so being a Chelsea fan, it's probably been pretty depressing. Haven't seen the team won much this year.
No.
Bayern, you looking forward to them winning?
Bayern, you know, I hope to see at least one team that I'm wearing their merchandise of win this year. So hopefully today can be the day. Yeah.
All right, finally, correct score for the game.
I think 5-1 Bayern.
5-1 Bayern. I was going 4-1. Lovely to see you, mate. Thanks for coming.
You too, mate.
FC Bayern München. FC Schalke 04.
Pens?
Yeah, give me some pens.
Yes, give us a pen. Yeah! From the spot for 2-0, FC Bayern München. 2-0 so far. You enjoying the game?
Yeah, it's a very good game right now.
Go on, Kingsley. Go on, Kingsley.
Bayern Munich have basically moved into Schalke's quarter. I'm surprised they're not paying rent at this point. They are just camped. They're just pressuring them a lot.
How's your team doing so far on Sorare?
It's fantastic. Koeman hasn't scored. Sommer's yet to concede, but I definitely will. It's been great, but at the end of the day, it's gone awful. But we've got the litre of pints. That'll make it all better. Go on, King. Are you taking the fucking piss? Oh, 4-0 Bayern. 0 Kingsley Coleman goals or assists. How are you enjoying it?
I'm having a great time.
So, Kingsley Coleman subbed off 62 minutes. Thomas Tuchel. I hate him. I do hate him. He's just mugging me off again.
alles möglich.
6-0 Bayern today. We're going to go to the first ever match. How was it?
An incredible experience, so atmospheric. I mean, it was insane, so different.
Right, what did you think? 6-0?
In traditional Franck Ribery celebration, Jubel! Jubel!
So, the German football rundown. Okay, the Bayern Munich fans, fantastic, great chants, even if I didn't understand what they're saying. But oh my god, the Schalke fans still singing at 6-0 down. Massive respect to them. You wouldn't see that anywhere else in football, at least not in the games I've seen. And yeah, overall, fantastic experience. We are closing off in Germany. The only thing I can say is they have got some fantastic beers. Felix, from a stranger to a friend in my eyes, how has your evening been?
It's been absolutely beautiful. I've been wined and dined by this fine gentleman here, and we had a great time. Some really good Bavarian food, some lovely Apfelstrudel, which I vicariously consumed, and now I'm about to go back to my home for the evening. Lovely Jaegers, and yeah, I've got a belly full of food, feeling good. Had a good day out of football, and yeah. Fucking fun, mate.
Look, all I can say is the Allianz, a fantastic day out. The food in Germany, shout out to Fedo, was fantastic, as he said. But the only thing was topped by the beers and the people around. So thank you so much for joining. Glad I could fill up some hours for you. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, please like, please subscribe. All the best to you. Cheers.